Hello and welcome back to my channel, Vintage Shabby Goodness, and my name is Patty. I have a folio, another folio that I've made, and I just thought I would come on and share it with you. This is already promised to somebody, but I still wanted to show you. I really do enjoy making these folios. So, they're little, what do you say? Get kind of confusing, and they are a challenge. But that's what I like about it. But I will be using some of Ooh La La Vintage Treasures digitals, and that is Doreen. And you will find that most of my stuff is going to have the majority of Doreen's digitals because she is fabulous. So you can't go wrong. But anyway, we'll just get right into it. I use Sari Silk as a closure because, once again, what I'm known for is it got pretty fat. So I just put an eyelet in here and an eyelet through the top of the folio. And this is just a little girl and her lamb. This came from my stash. And then I made these little flower, or I made this little cluster here, and the little bow and flower there, and I put in a safety pin with some pearls on it, pearl dangles, and I made this flower down here and added it there. This is something else from my stash. This lace is from my stash, so added a couple little pearls here. So that's my top cover, and you can open it. I'm just going to pull this out. You can open it, and I have a tag. I made a pocket out of this, a top-loading pocket, which I added this card, which is just gorgeous. And this is Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, Piscotti Silk Alitaire. And this is the bust with a dress on it. I think it's just adorable. I think it's so cute. You can just, and I put a ribbon in it, and it just, oops, get the right slot. There we go. It just slides right back in there. And then this is the back of it. This did come from my stash, and I just decorated it up with stuff from my stash. This is a vintage ribbon here, or trim. This came out of my grandmother's box of treasures. So, and then I added another. I rusted this one, this safety pin, with a pearl button. And then over here, which is just a little bit bigger than the top, I made a chiffon bow and just added a little, that's on the tag. But this here was from a fabric board that we made. You just covered this like cardboard or something all up with fabrics, trims, appliques, whatever, and then you just cut strips out that you can make tags or pockets or whatever out of. So that's what I did for the top of this envelope. So, and then I added some vintage trim along the edge. Then here's the tag, or actually I believe this is a matchbook, yeah. And some trim, part of a applique, some lace that I have, and then you've got some journaling places in here. And it just folds up in there. just like that. That will go up here at the top. It just slides right in there. And then this is the back side of it that I just put some vintage music sheet down. And all of these are from Ooh La La Vintage Treasures digitals. This is an envelope that I just made into a little tuck spot there. A big old bow. And I do think this is from Pink Silk Solitaire. And then on this envelope, which is, you know, a little bit bigger yet, I put down a paper doily and some tulle, added a word, mercantile, and then this is a little cabinet drawer with flowers and lace on the top that is from the same digital from Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. And this is from the Pink Solitaire kit. This is the sewing kit. And then over here, I didn't really think it really needed any decorating at this point on it. I just really do think that speaks for itself. A sewing room with flowers, fabric, ruffles, and all the fabric up here. So, and then here is the belly band that I made using the Ooh La La digitals. And this is just a letter, a vintage letter that I took a copy of. So this is not the original, but I distressed it, trying to make it look old. And then I just did the same to the back, and I put a stencil on it. So you have all this back here to journal on if you want to do that. And this digital that I'm using here, let's see, I knew it because I was working a lot with it, because it was one of my favorites. Actually, I think all of hers is my favorite. But this is from Fabergé Vignetta Kit. My French is not the best, but I will give it my best shot. But that's where that come from. And then I added this applique that I had in my stash. And then you can open this up. And this is a ruffle that I made. Added a piece of applique. I made a pocket out of an old vintage apron. Then I added this at the very top from my stash. And so this is a tag that I made to fit into there. Isn't that pretty? And I believe that is also from Fabergé Vignetta Kit. So I like the soft colors in that. Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. But this is the Pink Silk Solitaire. It's got the postcards and button cards and fabric samples and all that kind of stuff in it. This is what I used to build this card. The picture frames and the ruffles in the window. And I just added this butterfly, and I added this sewing machine with the bust here and the lace hanging down from it. I just added that in that picture frame up there. So, and then you could journal on the back. A nice, good size tag. And then I added the bling. So, this is a beautiful kit. It's one of her newest ones. You need to go and check it out. You won't be sorry. It's very well. You'll have a blast looking at all the stuff. But then over here, see, it opens on up. And I added this pink and lace and ribbon, and then a little flower ruffle down here at the bottom, using an envelope from Pink Silk Solitaire, and use these two busts for the as the tag to journal on. And I added a little pink ribbon on the neck of this bust here. Then over here, oh goodness, I didn't put it together, but I'm sorry. It ties, it will be in a bow, and it will be like this, and you will open it up. It's just like a swinging door or what have you. You'll open up, and here you have the Fabergé Vignetta kit, and I made this little dangle to go in where this eyelet is for the closure. But then you open this up, and you have this beautiful lady enclosed. Isn't she a beauty? Oh my goodness. But I just thought she went just perfect in there. And then you can just close it back up. Since I didn't have it closed when we got into it, I will see if I can get it closed fairly quickly and tie the bow in it. Maybe. Here we go. Not too bad. This goes on top. This is some vintage lace. There you go. So that's how it's supposed to be. So, okay. Then we'll close that and move over to here. And again, I didn't decorate this. It's just something I felt like just really didn't need it. I just put some pink trim along the bottom here and this trim up here at the top. And I thought that worked out just fine, just like that. Anyway, you flip this down, and here you have a coffee filter. Let me make sure I'm in frame. But you have a coffee filter and a paper doily that I did print on, but you can't really see because I've got it folded to where you can maybe slightly see right here the flower printed on it. I can get it closed back up. Okay, and the bow from the Pink Silk Solitaire. And I made a little pocket out of this coffee filter. So they use everything and anything these days. Anything to use, to help, the economy, or to, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word now, but I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. But here's another piece of lace I added. This is a flower that I made, added to the top, and you can journal on the back. And then this, I added the word mercantile on here, added some cheesecloth, and then a pink applique, part of an applique up here at the top. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful kits, just beautiful. And then you can kind of see the coffee filter a little better here. And then I made another pocket, or a double pocket, to where, you know, there's a couple more tags back behind it. That you can journal on. The environment, to help the environment is what I was trying to say. You know, when we save, you know, instead of filling up the landfills, we try and make stuff for our journals, you know, instead of adding more trash. So, trash to treasures. Alrighty, and then here is another one that I just put some trim along the edge and didn't do anything to the rest of it. I wanted you to just see the whole, just as much of this digital as possible. Seeing is believing. So, and then that folds over, and here is the back. I made a bow, added a bling bow. I made a pocket out of this lace, and oh, that's right, added this tag to go in it. I just cut out parts of this one because I just wanted you to see the contour of this digital, and I just glued it on a verbiage backing. So added a little metal corner. I resined a flower, put some glitter in it, put a cheesecloth underneath it. That's about it. Then you can journal on the back. Added trim from my stash up here at the top. Then you can open this. My favorite, one of my favorites right here. And then this is like almost like a waterfall. I made a little bow to go on the top here. I printed on some fabric this little girl's face, and she's cute. Added some trim. Just added all kinds of, here's some cheesecloth, some vintage lace. This here came off a applique, and then one of the flowers I had in my stash. And you lift it up, and I added this bow and some bling to the bow. Added some fibers, and this applique, part of an applique here. The word, and some vintage lace. And then I have put a tag inside here. These are CD covers is what they are. And then there's that, and that's so pretty. I would love to wear, well, I'd have to have the figure for one, but I would love to wear this kind of clothing, if you want to know the truth. So, and then it just goes right up in there. And then on this one, some vintage lace that I added some sari silk in. And I added a little pink trim underneath. And this is just something I had in my stash, and I just put some glitter on the dress with a little piece of applique and a little piece of trim along the top with this glittered acrylic flower. And then I added a flower along the side there. You lift it up. This is a piece of wedding dress applique. And then there's a tag inside here. Oh, here it goes. I love her soft pinks and beige and creams, and it's just all so elegant. Then here is a coffee dyed piece of fabric that I made into a ruffle. Pieces of an applique, and a flower that I had in my stash, a bow that I made, another flower. This is a little flower that is from the biscotti silk pink a la terre, a tag, a ruffle, and then this one, the pocket is here in the front with that ruffly dress. And then you flip it up, and it's just some vintage doily that I had. The word antiques, and this is a flower from the Fabergé Vinetta kit. Vinetta kit. I believe. I know I'm butchering the name, which is sad because French is so beautiful. And then this is the last one, and it's down here low because I'm using it as to keep this from flipping all over. But here's from the same digital, the vintage lace that I dyed, and you flip it down, and there is a tag inside here. If I didn't glue it down, which it looks like I almost did, with this tag enclosed. And let's see, yeah, I just made a little tuck spot here with this flower, and it's all glued down, and use oh my God, cheesecloth and some vintage lace. And I believe this might be out of Divine Moments. I'm not real sure, but I think it may be. She's got several kits, and all of her kits intermix with one another. So, I mean, if you've got already have a couple of her kits, you can mix them up. You'll find that they'll go perfectly. I mean, I got like maybe three or four different kits in this one. And I think they all go together real good. But then see, I put this up here to kind of hold that stuff down. And then there you have it. Here's the spine that I added to it to kind of give it some strength. And like that, I just laced it up the spine and tied a bow. But anyway, that's it. And I hope you guys like it. So I will put Doreen down in the information below if you want to go check out her Etsy shop. That's Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. And you need to check out her latest digital buttons and cards, the biscotti silk pink a la terre, and you'll love. I mean, I've got little bits and pieces of it here. It's just gorgeous. Here's a button card. This is a little antique, like pocket, or I don't know for sure what all I'll use it for yet, but this is a piece of antique lace that come from my grandmother's stash. And here's some vintage lace that come from Lavish Laces. That's Giselle. And there's more to come. There's more to see. I'm not going to show you anymore because I will be showing it later on. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry I stuttered around so much, but I still get camera fright somewhat. Hopefully that will go away soon. But you all have a good day. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.